Have you ever wondered why we are often overwhelmed by the vicissitudes of life, even knowing that they can harm our well-being? Why do these harmful practices and habits manage to infiltrate so deeply into our being, bringing a constant internal battle between what we desire and what we actually do? This dissonance often leaves us anxious and frustrated. Vices and self-destructive behaviors frequently offer momentary gratifications, a brief relief that masks the long-term negative consequences. Recognizing this dynamic is the first step towards developing healthier coping strategies and eventually liberating ourselves from these chains that limit our full potential and happiness. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, let's start this transformative journey together. Today, I invite you to explore Stoicism, a robust philosophy originating in ancient Greece, which offers us a safe harbor against the internal storms caused by these challenges. This philosophy not only reveals the deep roots of our dependencies, but also arms us with effective strategies to transcend them. We will delve into 15 fundamental Stoic principles that promise to transform our internal struggles into foundations for a balanced and purposeful life. Invest in yourself and discover how ancient wisdom can be applied to overcome modern vicissitudes. Join us on this journey of self-discovery and renewal as we seek not only to understand, but also to master the forces that challenge our tranquility and autonomy. Together, we will learn to navigate these turbulent waters and reclaim a life marked not by submission to vices, but by the freedom of self-control and the peace of an aligned spirit. Lesson 1. Understand what is within your control. In Stoicism, understanding what is within our control and what is not is fundamental when dealing with vicissitudes such as vices in gambling, tobacco, or alcohol. Many of the consequences of these actions, such as financial losses, physical and mental health damage, and repercussions on social and professional relationships, are beyond our direct control. The outcome of a bet, the body's response to harmful substances, or how others react to our choices are all elements we cannot effectively manage. However, what is within our control is the decision to participate in these activities or not. We can choose to seek help, decide to walk down another street to avoid the bar where we used to drink, or stop frequenting environments that encourage gambling. This discernment is vital because it shifts our mental energy from a futile attempt to control the uncontrollable to the strengthening of our own willpower. Reflecting on this distinction also helps us better understand the nature of our actions and the motivations behind them. By practicing self-analysis and asking ourselves why we choose to engage in certain behaviors, we begin to uncover the patterns that sustain our vices. This practice not only enhances our self-awareness, but also reinforces our determination to act in accordance with our true values. Therefore, investing in yourself involves recognizing and embracing the power you have over your choices. By doing so, you not only empower yourself to deal more effectively with challenges, but also position yourself to live a fuller and more meaningful life aligned with the Stoic teachings of autonomy and resilience. Lesson 2. Know yourself. The Socratic maxim, "Know thyself," is a central pillar of Stoic philosophy and a vital guide for those seeking to overcome any form of vice. This principle encourages us to engage in deep introspection, to identify not only our vulnerabilities, but also our strengths. By understanding the circumstances or emotions that trigger compulsive behaviors, such as seeking immediate relief or escape, we can begin to chart a more conscious and deliberate course of action. This self-knowledge is crucial because it allows us to anticipate risky situations and arm ourselves with proactive strategies. For example, if we recognize that loneliness leads us to destructive behaviors, we can seek companionship or engage in activities that fill that void in a healthy way. Similarly, if anxiety drives us to seek relief in harmful practices, we can invest in relaxation and meditation techniques. Stoic philosophy teaches us that by knowing ourselves, we are not only better able to face adversities, but also more capable of cultivating virtues that strengthen our resilience. This intimate knowledge of our own motivations and weaknesses is the key to shaping a life that not only avoids vice, but is also rich in contentment and meaning. Thus, investing in yourself begins with a commitment to knowing yourself deeply and using that knowledge to orchestrate a more virtuous and intentional existence. Lesson 3. Accept impermanence. In Stoic philosophy, the acceptance of impermanence is fundamental to achieving serenity and resilience in the face of life's ups and downs. This principle is especially relevant when dealing with vices. The pleasures derived from harmful habits, such as the momentary relief provided by alcohol or the adrenaline from gambling, are inherently ephemeral. These moments of satisfaction are fleeting and often leave a trail of lasting and harmful consequences that can profoundly affect our health and well-being. Understanding and internalizing the transient nature of these pleasures can be a powerful motivator to seek more sustainable and beneficial alternatives. When we recognize that true happiness cannot be found in substances or behaviors that harm us in the long run, we begin to devalue these fleeting choices in favor of activities that cultivate genuine well-being and lasting satisfaction. This process of re-evaluation invites us to explore new sources of joy and contentment that align with our deeper values and sense of purpose. It could be developing healthy relationships, engaging in enriching hobbies, or dedicating ourselves to personal and professional projects that bring a true sense of accomplishment. Therefore, accepting impermanence is not just resigning to the transience of life, but an opportunity to align our actions with what is truly enduring and valuable. By doing so, investing in yourself becomes a practice of investing in your long-term health and happiness, choosing paths that lead to a fuller and more meaningful life. Lesson 4. Practice self-sufficiency. Epictetus, one of the most notable Stoic philosophers, advocated the idea that true happiness and contentment come from within and not from external circumstances. This notion of self-sufficiency is crucial in the context of vices, whether in substances like alcohol and tobacco or behaviors like gambling. Relying on these external elements to feel good or happy is a trap that only leads to dissatisfaction and dependence, as these sources of pleasure are inherently unstable and uncontrollable. Practicing self-sufficiency involves developing internal resources that can sustain the individual regardless of external situations. This may include cultivating a resilient mind through meditation, engaging in physical activities that strengthen the body and spirit, and investing time in hobbies and passions that enrich life meaningfully. Such practices not only improve self-esteem and self-worth, but also reduce the need to seek satisfaction from harmful sources. Additionally, by strengthening emotional and psychological autonomy, the individual becomes less vulnerable to fluctuations in external circumstances. This does not mean that challenges or difficult moments will no longer affect the person, but rather that they will be better equipped to deal with these moments without resorting to destructive behaviors. Investing in yourself in this context is an invitation to invest in your ability to be self-sufficient. This investment implies a continuous dedication to self-development and self-education, elements that are essential for a full and truly independent life. By embracing self-sufficiency, you not only protect yourself from the dangers of vices, but also pave the way for a richer and more authentically happy existence. Lesson 5. Reflect on your motivations. Stoic philosophy encourages us to constantly question our motivations and the real necessity of our actions. This critical questioning is particularly valuable when it comes to facing vices, whether they involve substances like alcohol and tobacco or compulsive behaviors like gambling. By asking yourself, is this essential? Does this make me a better person? You begin to discern the true reasons behind your choices and may discover that many of them are not as fundamental as they seemed. This process of reflection helps illuminate the futility of many vices. For example, you may realize that the desire to smoke a cigarette arises more from the need to quickly manage stress, even if harmful, than from a real need to smoke. Similarly, the attraction to gambling is often fueled by the illusion of quick and easy gain, ignoring the risks and losses associated with it, which are actually much more significant. Exploring these motivations can therefore help reduce the impulse to give in to these habits by bringing to consciousness the long-term negative consequences and the little real benefit they bring. This self-examination also fosters the development of healthier coping strategies, such as finding alternative methods to manage stress or anxiety that do not involve harmful substances or behaviors. Additionally, reflecting on your motivations allows you to align your actions with your broader life values and goals. This not only strengthens resilience against vices, but also promotes a sense of fulfillment and well-being that comes from living in accordance with your principles. Investing in yourself here means committing to continuous examination and ensuring that each action contributes to building a stronger and more virtuous self. Lesson 6. Use adversity to your advantage. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, taught that adversity should not be seen merely as an obstacle, but as an essential opportunity for personal development and character strengthening. Every challenge we face, every temptation to give in to unbridled vices, is a chance to practice virtue and build resilience. Facing these difficulties as small battles to be won can transform our perception of vice itself. By resisting the temptation to smoke or drink, we are not just avoiding harmful actions, we are actively strengthening our ability to deal with greater challenges in the future. Each small victory in this journey is not only a step towards overcoming a harmful habit, but also a reinforcement of our moral integrity and inner strength. This Stoic advice also encourages us to reflect on the lessons that each adversity can teach us. Instead of lamenting the difficulty of resisting a vice, we can seek to understand what each impulse tells us about our emotional and physical needs and how we can meet them in healthier and more constructive ways. Thus, adversity transforms from an enemy to a teacher. Investing in yourself in this context means recognizing and embracing each challenge as an opportunity to become a stronger, more conscious and virtuous person. Through this process, we not only overcome our vices, but also evolve as individuals ready to face life with greater confidence and balance. Lesson 7. Limit your passions. The Stoics, with their practical wisdom aimed at serenity and balance, always emphasize the importance of moderating our passions. They warn us that without control, passions can enslave us, dominating our reason and leading us to actions that we may later regret. This warning is particularly relevant in the context of vices, whether they are related to substances like alcohol and tobacco or compulsive behaviors like gambling. Keeping vices under control requires constant vigilance over our desires and impulses. The Stoic practice of limiting passions is not about emotional repression, but about seeking a healthy balance where emotions do not overshadow reason. This means establishing and respecting personal limits that protect against excess. For example, it may involve deciding not to visit places that incite gambling or establishing clear rules about moderate alcohol consumption. Additionally, cultivating moderation helps strengthen self-control, a central virtue in Stoic philosophy. This self-control is like a muscle that becomes stronger the more it is exercised. Each decision not to give in to the impulse of a vice strengthens our ability to make wiser and healthier choices in other areas of life. Therefore, investing in yourself in this sense means committing to a life of moderation and self-awareness. Implementing this Stoic discipline can free us from the chains of vices and lead us to a more free and fulfilled life, where our actions are determined by choices, not uncontrolled impulses. Lesson 8. Practice negative visualization. The technique of negative visualization, often used by the Stoics, involves contemplating the possible adverse outcomes of our actions as a means of preparation and prevention. This method can be extremely effective in combating vices. By imagining the long-term negative consequences of harmful habits, such as the use of tobacco, excessive alcohol consumption, or constant gambling, we reinforce the reasons to avoid such behaviors. Visualizing the specific damages these vices can cause, such as severe lung disease or cancer due to tobacco, legal problems or even fatal accidents from drunk driving, and extreme financial difficulties resulting from gambling, can be a powerful disincentive. This practice allows us to see not only the immediate consequences, but also the cumulative impact of these choices on our lives and the lives of those around us. Furthermore, negative visualization helps cultivate a more cautious and deliberate mindset. By considering these adverse scenarios, we become more aware of the risks involved and more likely to make decisions that promote our long-term well-being and safety. Thus, investing in yourself through this Stoic practice means consciously choosing to avoid the pitfalls of vices, recognizing that true value and quality of life are not in fleeting and risky pleasures, but in the health, stability, and peace of mind that come with a virtuous and prudent life. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write mind over body, so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Lesson 9. Engage with a support community. The importance of a support community is widely recognized in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most celebrated Roman emperors and Stoic philosophers, often highlighted the value of collectivity and mutual support. When dealing with vices, engaging with a support community can be an invaluable resource. Being surrounded by people who understand your struggles and encourage your efforts to overcome them creates an environment conducive to recovery and personal growth. Support groups, whether formally organized or informal, offer a platform where experiences and coping strategies can be shared. Friends and family who offer a sympathetic ear and encouraging words are also crucial, providing the motivation and emotional support necessary to persevere in difficult times. Moreover, the presence of a community can help reduce the sense of isolation that often accompanies vices. Knowing that you are not alone on your journey can alleviate the burden of shame and stigma that frequently accompany dependency. Therefore, investing in yourself also means recognizing the strength that can be found in unity and collaboration with others. By cultivating supportive relationships and seeking out groups that share the same challenges, You equip yourself with a safety net that can be decisive in staying on the path of recovery and virtue. Thus, the community not only helps you remain resilient in the face of adversities, but also celebrates with you each victory on the way to a life free of vices. Lesson 10. Cultivate the discipline of mind and body. Stoic philosophy teaches that true freedom comes from mastery over one's own thoughts and actions. This principle is crucial when it comes to overcoming vices, which often feed on a lack of mental and physical control. Cultivating discipline of both mind and body is essential to reinforce resilience in the face of temptations and to keep vices under control. Mentally, discipline can be strengthened through meditation, studying philosophies that promote well-being, and practicing self-awareness techniques that help identify triggers and negative behavior patterns. Regular practice of these activities increases mental clarity and the ability to make conscious choices, avoiding automatic reactions that can lead to the consumption of harmful substances or compulsive behaviors. Physically, incorporating a regular exercise routine significantly contributes to overall health and the ability to resist harmful impulses. Exercise not only strengthens the body, but also produces endorphins, the well-being chemicals that can offer a natural alternative to the highs provided by vices. Moreover, establishing and maintaining a healthy lifestyle, including a balanced diet and adequate sleep, are fundamental for maintaining physical and emotional stability. Investing in yourself in this context means committing to a continuous program of self-discipline and holistic care. Through this commitment, you build an inner fortress against harmful external influences and develop a lifestyle that supports your sobriety and long-term health. Thus, by cultivating rigorous discipline of mind and body, you not only distance yourself from vices, but also advance towards a fuller and more fulfilling life. Lesson 11. Harmonize with nature. The Stoics deeply valued harmony with nature, considering it essential for a virtuous and satisfying life. This principle can be especially powerful when facing vices, which often divert us from our natural and healthy state. Reconnecting with the natural world can provide a profound source of healing and balance emotionally and spiritually. Nature serves as a tranquil reminder of the world's order, where every element has a role to play. Spending time outdoors, whether walking in a park, garden, or exploring trails in a forest, can help reduce stress, increase mental clarity, and strengthen the resolve to stay away from harmful habits. This contact with nature helps center thoughts, offering a new perspective that values simplicity and serenity over destructive impulses. Physically, regular exposure to the natural environment, sunlight, fresh air, and contact with the earth can significantly improve overall health. These natural elements have the power to revitalize the body, increase vitality, and promote holistic well-being that directly opposes the debilitating effects of vices. Investing in yourself here means actively seeking reintegration with the natural environment as a path to recovery. By doing so, you not only alleviate physical and mental tensions, but also strengthen your connection with the world around you, reminding yourself of the beauty and peace that can exist away from the grip of vices. Cultivating a relationship with nature is therefore an essential step towards a life of fullness and harmony. Lesson 12. Value silent reflection. Inspired by Stoic teachings on the importance of inner retreat and introspection, this advice proposes the regular practice of silent reflection as an effective antidote against vices. Dedicating moments of the day to quietude and silence allows for a deep connection with oneself, essential for recognizing and restructuring harmful thoughts and behaviors. Mentally, silent reflection helps calm the mind, reduce anxiety, and clarify turbulent emotions that often lead to vices. This time reserved for silence is not just a retreat from the distractions of the external world, but also an opportunity to confront and process internal issues without the usual noise that impedes self-knowledge. Spiritually, these periods of quietude can be seen as a meditation on one's own life and the values one wishes to cultivate. It is an exercise in listening more deeply to one's own intuition and inner wisdom, allowing more subtle insights about the nature of vices and the reasons for their persistence to surface. Investing in yourself in this context means committing to a daily practice of retreating to a space of calm and introspection. Establishing a ritual of silent reflection can be as simple as dedicating a few minutes in the morning or evening to stillness, or it can involve more structured activities such as yoga or guided meditation. By valuing and incorporating this habit, you not only build a mental fortress against the temptations of vices, but also cultivate an inner peace that enriches all areas of life. Lesson 13. Establish constructive routines. Stoic philosophy teaches the importance of structures and routines in life as a means of maintaining internal order and discipline, essential for combating vices. Implementing well-defined and constructive daily routines can help replace harmful habits with beneficial activities, creating an environment conducive to personal growth and resilience. Physically, establishing a regular exercise routine can help keep the body healthy and the mind clear. The regularity of exercise not only promotes the release of endorphins, but also establishes a sense of self-discipline and control. Mentally, including moments of reading, study, or other forms of intellectual enrichment can strengthen the mind and offer new perspectives that challenge the mindset of dependency. Learning something new or deepening knowledge can be extremely satisfying and a powerful substitute for the fleeting pleasures of vices. Emotionally, creating moments of connection with friends and family in daily routines can strengthen social ties and provide essential emotional support to overcome moments of temptation. Investing in yourself in this case means committing to creating and maintaining a daily schedule that promotes physical health, mental enrichment, and emotional well-being. These routines not only create a shield against negative influences, but also form the foundation of a fuller and more balanced lifestyle. By making discipline a daily practice, you establish the foundations for a life free of vices. Lesson 14. Explore the art of resilience. Adopting resilience as a daily Stoic practice offers a robust way to face and overcome the challenges posed by vices. Resilience is not just the ability to quickly recover from difficulties, it is also the ability to grow and thrive in the face of adversity, learning from each experience. Mentally, this means cultivating a growth mindset that sees each setback or relapse not as a failure, but as an opportunity to learn and strengthen. This approach transforms the way you perceive vices, viewing them as surmountable obstacles rather than permanent limitations. Emotionally, resilience involves developing the ability to regulate emotions and stresses, using techniques such as meditation, reflective writing, or even cognitive-focused therapies to better manage the emotional reactions that can lead to substance use or compulsive behaviors. Physically, strengthening the body through regular physical activities and proper nutrition can increase energy and vitality, providing more internal resources to deal with cravings and drive recovery. Investing in yourself here means committing to developing the art of resilience in all its dimensions. By integrating this practice into your life, you not only build a greater capacity to deal with vices, but also equip yourself to face any other difficulties that may arise, reinforcing your path towards lasting and genuine well-being. Lesson 15. Cultivate self-compassion. One of the most powerful tools in the fight against vices is self-compassion. This practice, while not strictly Stoic, complements Stoic philosophy by encouraging self-acceptance and the recognition of human limitations. Cultivating self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend in difficulties. Mentally, self-compassion involves changing the internal narrative from one of criticism to one of support and encouragement. This helps reduce the anxiety and depression that often accompany cycles of vice, replacing self-deprecating thoughts with those that promote healing and personal forgiveness. Emotionally, practicing self-compassion allows for facing and accepting painful emotions without judgment, providing a safe space to process these feelings and begin to heal the emotional wounds that sustain the vice. Physically, adopting an attitude of self-compassion can lead to better self-care, recognizing the need for rest, proper nutrition, and ongoing care that are essential for physical recovery. Investing in yourself in this context means dedicating yourself to a more humane and caring treatment of yourself, recognizing that perfection is unattainable and that everyone deserves compassion, especially in moments of struggle. Self-compassion is not a sign of weakness, but a strength that nurtures the spirit and rejuvenates the body. Adopting these 15 Stoic and complementary pieces of advice can profoundly transform your approach to overcoming vices. Each principle, from understanding what is within your control to cultivating self-compassion, works not just as an isolated strategy, but as part of a cohesive life philosophy that promotes health, mental clarity, and emotional well-being. Investing in yourself is a continuous commitment to your personal development and a testament to your resilience and capacity for transformation. Adopt these practices and take a step towards a life not marked by the weight of vice, but by the freedom of self-mastery and the peace of an aligned spirit. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.